everyone, welcome back to my class. I am Tumsada, your biology educator. So students, now we will be starting with our next chapter, that is improvement in food resources. Okay, so this is going to be our today's chapter. So it's the first lecture, and let's have a quick look what all topics we are going to cover today. So students, the topics that we'll be covering today are introduction, then important agriculture revolutions. What are the different revolutions in the agriculture? Types of crops, crop seasons, then improvement in crop yield, crop variety improvement. So all these things we are going to do today. Okay. So let's start. Now students, uh, first of all, what do you mean by the food resources? The resources, which is obviously in the form of food for us. So whenever we talk about food, what comes in your mind as raw resources? That is fruits, vegetables, okay, sometimes the animal products as well, like your dairy products, your poultry products, okay. So of course food resources comes with uh, the raw materials which are basically present available for us in the form of food. All right, now students, when we talk about the food, then there is this mention of agricultural revolution. So actually there were a lot of revolutions that happened, and that basically helped in meeting the increasing demand of people for food. So there was a lot of demand because of the increase in population. The demand for food was rising, that wasn't met earlier, but after these revolutions that started happening, so after these revolutions, the food requirement was met. Okay, so what were these revolutions? The very first revolution that we talk about is your white revolution. Now what is white revolution? As the name says, white here basically represents your milk and milk products. Okay, so to increase the milk production, so of course for the milk products, for milk, there should be the production of the milk. Due to the launch of a countrywide program, that is Operation Flood. So there was a countrywide program in India which helped in increasing the demand of your milk, which resulted in white revolution, and it basically led to the increase in your milk production. This revolution involved use of improved high milk yielding cross breeds of milk animals and animal husbandry practices. So how this revolution happened? How this revolution occurred? For this revolution to occur, there was this use of improved high milk yielding cross breeds. So there was this high milk yielding cross breeds which were being produced at that time, and which animals? Milk animals produce this, and at the same time the animal husbandry practices. Okay, these animal husbandry practices also, they also helped in increasing the production of milk. Now coming on to the green revolution. So when we talk about the green revolution, there is this increase in the production of food grains. Okay, there is increase in the food grain production. There is the increase in the production of food grains. So these food grains increases, and it meets the demand of your food grains for the people, and hence led to the green revolution. So here your wheat, paddy, the staple food specifically, that improved, that increased, and it met the demand of the increasing population. Okay, so these were the two different revolutions here. Here's a short question. So there is also a blue revolution. You can see there is this term blue revolution, but we haven't talked about in the previous slide. So what is this blue revolution? This was basically increasing the production of your aquatic organisms for food. Okay, like fishes are there and the other seafoods are there. So that is known as blue revolution. All right, okay. So find out the wrong statements from the following. So you have to find out the wrong statements from here. White revolution is meant for increase in milk production. Blue revolution is meant for increase in fish production. Increasing food production without compromising with environmental quality is called as sustainable agriculture. Yeah, or none of the above. So here you have to tell which one of them is the wrong statement. White revolution is meant for increase in the milk production. So yes, this is correct. This is correct. Increasing food production without compromising with the environmental quality is called as sustainable agriculture. So this is actually correct. So here none of the above would be the correct answer. Okay. So none of the statements are actually wrong here. Understood? Next. Okay, now let's talk about the types of crops. Okay, let's talk about the different types of crops here. So plants of same variety grown for food on a large scale are known as crops. So the plants which are of same variety for food, these are grown on a large scale. And what are these crops? Basically, we have cereals, we have pulses, oil seeds, nuts, dry fruits, fruits, and spices. So these are the different varieties here. So if we talk about the cereals, these are rich source of carbohydrates. They have enough of carbohydrates in them. For example, wheat is there, rice, maize, barley, etc. Then we have pulses. These are the basically the protein source. Okay, so pulses, they provide you protein. And examples you all know, chickpeas are there, which are also known as chana in Hindi. Peas there, which is commonly known as matar. Black gram, which is also known as urad. Okay, so different types of, so all the lentils basically comes in your pulses. Then comes your oil seeds. So oil basically provides you the fats, or we can say the these are the sources of the fatty acids, fats, or your fatty acid sources. Okay, so we have cotton seeds, sunflower, groundnut, mustard, etc. These are your oil seeds. These are basically providing you what? They are providing you the fat here. Okay.